Go. 1.
Our dad made us who we are today. He's responsible for how we move through and observe the world. Without his encouragement and example, we wouldn't possess the same gratitude or drive and might have missed out on opportunities as athletes, entrepreneurs, and bad joke tellers.
This says best friends. The birthday boy! 16 years old.
To us, he's just dad. But to everyone else, he's Zach's weird dad.
How many people here have I told that joke to before?
Now you may be surprised by how he earned this nickname, so let me set the stage for you. It's 2008, and one of the most awkward times in any young person's life, high school. Like most high schoolers, high on my priority list is to make sure people think I'm cool and accepted. It was a Friday, and the pretty girl I just started dating came to watch me play football. And naturally, she brought a friend so that she wouldn't be alone in the stands. So the game ends, and they walk to the parking lot together. Then, out of nowhere, a man runs across the parking lot, past the girls, and yells, "It's Zach's weird dad!" Just like that. He gets in his car and drives off, never to be seen. So like me, you probably have a lot of questions. Why didn't he at least say hi first? Why was he running? Did he realize he'd just given himself a lifelong nickname? Did your girlfriend immediately break up with you out of fear for what you'd become? I don't know. But Kelly and I, we stayed together, right? Yeah. She wanted a weird dad-in-law.
But wait, he's my weird dad too. When he first met William, my boyfriend, we all went out to dinner. Then Dad started talking about how he does massage. He asked William if he has any pain, and he's like, no, not really. He's like, oh, let me come check it out. And we're in this nice restaurant. And he comes over and sits next to William and tells me to go sit on the other side of the table. So I'm sitting there as he's massaging him in this public restaurant. I mean, he's done that so many times before. It's just him. He thinks he does the touching and doesn't realize that it's weird boundaries.
Whoa, hold up. He's also my weird dad. He came up to Santa Barbara to play beer die in my backyard with my housemates. He definitely held his own, and he ended up sinking 3 times in the 4 games we played, and proceeded to tell everybody he met for the rest of the weekend. But he likes being the center of attention. Now and then I'll still get a text from him asking if I want to play die.
The point of all this is that today, our weird dad turns 60. And the weirdest part is, I know that if we're not already, we'll probably be exactly like him. Dad was the 7th of 8 kids born in St. Louis. He's one of the few St. Louis family members to leave Missouri, and he and my mom raised us 3 kids in San Diego.
Zach, what city do you live in? San Diego?
Happy holidays from San Diego!
He was a classic 90s camcorder dad. He was so proud of everything we did and was always there to document it onto that VHS tape.
All right!
Years later, I found a love for video and storytelling. And I realize now that I owe a lot of that to Dad because of how proud he was to record us kids and the nostalgia of that fuzzy handheld footage narrated by a familiar voice.
There goes Thomas on his new bike. You're doing it! Here we are today, his first day in football pads. You having fun? First of all, who's having a birthday?
Me.
You both have a birthday? How old are you going to be, Thomas?
3.
I feel like I've become similar to him in a variety of different ways, but he gets into one thing and he just grasps onto it, and it can be positive for sure because it makes you really dedicated to a certain task. I want to become so good at it, it consumes my daily life all the time, and wanting to get better and trying to compete and improve at it. I think it's definitely a really positive thing in some ways.
At our first house at Fox Place, we had a really big backyard, and we had so many plants. I remember we had blackberries and strawberries and aloe, and even a banana tree. So I remember he was out there a lot fixing it up. they were always a great time just hanging out with my dad in the garden.
Love you.
And now I've graduated from college with a degree in environmental studies, and I do restoration, so I work with plants at nurseries all the time, and I really think that my dad helped me see it as something fun I could do and as something like a career in the future.
It's funny how you start to imitate the things you used to roll your eyes at as a kid. There's so many incredible feats your parents perform that you can't realize or appreciate until you become an adult. Both our parents dedicated everything they had to support our academic and athletic journeys.
Come on, Zach. There you go. Nice, Thomas. Get her, Carly. Get her, Carly. Carly Zlatic.
They always made sure we thrived, and they were technically innovative hipsters of sorts. They created toddler sports training aids disguised as toys. They made us eat organic.
Zach made some wonderful French toast. Let's get a close-up on the French toast.
And they made us use those inferior computers from a company named Apple before it was cool.
Thomas, what are you playing?
They sacrificed every weekend and summer vacations for baseball, soccer tournaments, you name it. And they even planned moves around us kids so that we'd land on the best all-star teams and into the best school districts.
Go into school. Go into school.
We have a dad who built a self-employed lifestyle to always be around his kids and help us grow. His job title is admirable in itself. He literally heals people's physical pain for a living. The home office he built for massage meant he was not only the dad always available to play catch, but usually he initiated it.
Okay, ready?
Break.
It's gonna be a high one.
Oh, yes!
What was it?
Unnecessary zoom. Unnecessary zoom.
You don't want the camera on?
No.
You want to shoot baskets?
Yeah.
I'm gonna block this one.
He shoots, he scores.
Let's see you take a couple more shots. Oh!
He taught me how to work smart versus working hard and how to never give up.
Okay, you got 2 more throws to try to break the record, okay?
Okay.
Do you think you can do it?
Yep.
Okay. Retired means he quit. He's not going to play anymore. What do you think of that?
I don't quit.
You don't quit?
No.
Now, I grew up thinking that I'd define success by a suit and a tie in a corporate job, even with Dad's example, but I quickly realized that he'd already had his personal keys to happiness already figured out. This year, I asked him how he's been via text, and he said, no boss, no employees, no debt, and I can do whatever the heck I want. Life is good. And that's Dad in a nutshell. He's super hard to shop for, yet the things that bring him the most joy are so simplistic. He's equally excited hammering nails into a stump, hitting a wiffle ball against the wall for hours to get his pickleball game up, or describing the credit card bonus points to you that he just redeemed for a free trip across the world. He once presented to my 3rd grade class that if you give A through Z a numerical value 1 through 26, one of the few words that's a dollar word adds up all the way to 100 is attitude. My brother and sister and I would laugh at his Zen aspirations and Eckhart Tolle book recommendations for years. As adults, well, we still make fun of them, but we secretly put his attitude into practice all the time. For almost half his life now, my dad has been my dad. And for the rest of my life, I will never see him lose in Scrabble, foosball, or lose a chance to tell an inappropriate joke in front of a group of my friends. After all, he has to defend his title of Zach's weird dad. But don't feel bad calling him that. He nicknamed himself. Dad, I love you. Happy 60th birthday. I hope that one day I can be as good a dad as you were to me.
So will you recognize my face when God's awful grace it strips me of my jacket and my vest?
Dad, I just wanted to wish you the happiest 60th birthday. I'm so sad that we couldn't be there to celebrate with you, but I hope that you can see all the love that we have for you, and I can't wait for all the adventures we have to come together.
Happy 60th birthday, Dad. I miss you so much, and I can't wait to live within a few miles of you.
Say bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Okay.